All right, I'm going to call this meeting to order. An executive session was held in advance of this meeting to discuss personnel, contract, and legal matters. If everybody could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bless you. All right, thank you, everyone. First up, I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. At this time, do we have any public comments on agenda items only? No, and we do not have any online. Next up, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the June 18th, 2024 regular board meeting, August 6th, 2024 policy committee meeting, and August 6th, 2024 caucus meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I got some treasurer's reports there for your reference. Next up, I need a motion to approve the payment of orders for June 2024 general fund check summary for $304,528.62. July 2024 general fund wire for $311,074.68. July 2024 general fund prepaid for $613,193.11. And August 2024 general fund check summary for $86,439.66.
So moved.
Second.
I need to abstain
From?
from 6B. Check number 11711.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I need to abstain from 6B, check number 11680.
Thank you.
I need to abstain from 6B, check 11701.
Thank you.
Okay, and I need to abstain from check number 11715.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Oh, you didn't get it. Then did you?
Okay.
Yeah, give us a stick.
Any further discussion? Anyone opposed? All right, hearing none, motion carries. Next up, I need a motion to approve personnel matters 7A through,
What did my password?
oh my goodness, K.
Did you sign?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up, I need a motion to approve the following teachers for the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. Karen Mann, Sarah Pedrick, and Tammy Coulter.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up, I need a motion to approve Pannoni Engineering to provide district engineering studies and services based on their proposal and paid from the Capital Reserve Fund.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I need a motion to approve the Susquenita High School Targeted School Improvement Comprehensive Plan.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Need a motion to approve the Student Code of Conduct for the 2024-2025 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Need a motion to approve the extracurricular code of conduct for the 2024-2025 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Need a motion to recommend the board approve the 2024-2025 Roar Bus driver list.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Need a motion to approve the Act 80 days that are identified there.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Need a motion to extend the recommended changes made on January 12th, 2021 to policy number 429. Sorry, my page is. Remuneration and fringe benefits for substitute teachers through the 2024-2025 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Need a motion to approve the first reading of policies 236.1 threat assessment and 626.1 travel reimbursement for federal programs.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up, need a motion to approve the second reading of policy 113.2 behavior support.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Dr. Jones, thank you for stepping up to attend some Cumberland Perry things in my absence and lack of ability to do so. Do you have any kind of update to provide for us at this time?
Yes, thank you. On June 24th, I attended the Joint Operating Committee meeting for the Cumberland Perry Area Career and Technical Center. One of the things we discussed, as everyone is aware, is all the districts agreed, all the sending districts, to give a certain amount of money to the school, to the tech school in order for expansion. So the tech school is using Crabtree and Rohrball, and they put the bids out, and all of the bids came out well beyond what was originally sought after and planned for, to pay for this. So at the board meeting, we collectively decided that we were going to reject all of the bids, and that has happened. So now Crabtree is going to has been working over the summer, presumably, with the admin team to do some redesign and do some redesign work to find out even more ways they can cut costs and to send this out to rebid again. It's going to be late September or October, probably before the redesign is complete and the bids come back. They believe that they'll still be able to have everything on track as they did before, except they're going to have to do something with, if they do that, they won't be able to do it they won't be able to do the renovations in as many waves as they had planned to before. So they're going to have to do logistics at the same time as they do some other things, and they weren't planning to do that. So they have to find some temporary place to house their logistics, probably off campus, some other place where they can do the logistics instruction, and logistics is warehousing, so it's a pretty big endeavor. So that's something the administration is working on. I assume we'll get an update on that, and those bids will be put out soon. We also found out that shortly after that meeting, I want to say like 2 or 3 days after that meeting, the director, Justin Brune, who has been there for quite a long time, has resigned as director. He's taken a position in another district as the principal of a career and technical school and no longer as a director. So we met together via Zoom, I want to say the first week in July, and accepted his resignation. And the CAIU director is I think Dr. Saya is her name. She is the superintendent of record for the Joint Operating Committee for the tech school. So she then headed up a search for a new director with the personnel committee. And so they're in that process of doing that. They had quite a few applicants, and they've nailed it. They have narrowed it down to a few applicants. They're going to be doing second-round interviews, but they are still claiming to be on track, or I should say we are, to have a replacement ready to be approved by the board on August 26th. So hopefully on August 26th, they will be able to hire a new replacement, have a new director hired for the tech school. Whether or not that person will be held or able to, serve immediately will be something for us to learn, which I will update everyone on at our next meeting.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Dr. Fox, anything from the foundation? How about the golf tournament and
Yes, the
various
golf-
other things going on?
Yeah, the golf tournament was a great success, thanks to yourself, Mr. Ward, and Mrs. Wexler, and the entire foundation for their hard work behind the scenes and during the day to really put that into operation. The golf team and Mr. Timchek were a huge help during that as well, and hopefully that helped as a secondary fundraiser for them also. So that was a huge success. We also were involved in the Lions Club Carnival. The foundation was responsible for the walking taco stand. It was a lot of fun, thanks to the foundation members and a lot of our students who helped out as well and participated in that. And our next kind of big event is December 8th for the Ugly Sweater Jingle Bell Jog 2.5-mile race, which will occur, and 2-mile walk that will occur here. So some pretty cool T-shirts, definitely some holiday theme, going to be some hot chocolate and a lot of fun. Registration is open. You could go to Vulcan Race Timing, and you can find that information there on the race calendar, or USA Running. You could see it located there as well.
Thank you. All right. Got our meeting schedule identified there. Some informational items and disposition of items. Phil, you want those Promethean boards? They were going to change the world all those years ago.
Yeah, I have a question about one of the informational items, the Booster Club PTO financial reports. I noticed that we don't have all of them. Are they due by a certain time?
We
for
still
all-
got some outstanding. We're working on trying to get them for, the rest of them for September.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was like,
Deadline.
like, do they have to be in by a certain time?
Have some still outstanding.
Okay.
With all the changes, we're still working on some things.
Okay, sounds good, thanks.
Just helping out. All right. This time, are there any administrators who wish to provide any reports?
Just real quick, we just had our back to school night this coming Thursday, so any fifth grade student or any student new to the district this Thursday, middle school, 5:40, the doors open, and then it'll run from 6 to 7:30. Just for the fifth grade students and any new student who wants to come toward the building.
Thank you.
So tomorrow, we welcome back our entire school district, our staff. We welcome back our staff and our teachers and everybody here for our opening kickoff as we begin those final preparations and that final push for our students to begin on August the 21st. Looking at it from an elementary and a kindergarten point of view, so kindergartners will begin A through L last name on the 21st, M through Z on the 22nd, and everybody on the 23rd all together, kind of a phase-in approach. So any questions of any parent, please reach out to the awesome staff at the elementary school, and they'll be definitely able to help you. And again, to our residents, just be patient with us. We continually navigate bus changes, bus challenges, bus stops that we find out there's some construction happening, some road repair that was delayed, some road closures that are occurring. So we are continually navigating those, and you know how difficult certainly this area can be when one road becomes temporarily limited. It becomes a challenge. So just be patient with us. Our bus has been incredible. They have an incredible staff, and we'll continue to work together, but just be patient with us. Call in, give us some time, and we'll work through any of the challenges that present themselves. And excited, we had an incredible, thanks to Ms. Snyder, Mrs. Bressie, our principals, and Mrs. Matash for an incredible new teacher induction, welcoming our teachers back and our new teachers to come and become acclimated. And finally, welcome to and congratulations to Mrs. Stevie Joe Boone. We're excited to have you. We're excited to get you here, and look forward to working alongside you. We've got a lot of work to do, but it'll be great work. So congratulations.
I'm excited to get started. So as soon as I'm released from my school district at West Shore, then I'll be here. So I'm excited.
Happy to have you back in Perry County. So thank you.
Me too. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Any board members wishing to provide anything at this time?
Yeah, I want to just say to all the administrators, thank you for all the work you did this summer, and best wishes for a great start of the school year. I don't know everything that is going on, but I just continue to be impressed by our admin team. Mrs. Snyder, under your leadership, I'm aware, like, the induction manual has been rewritten, and I think, like, since you've been here, it's the first time in a very, very long time I feel like any valuable work has been done. And I hate to say that from a district office leadership standpoint, with induction and with providing resources and putting together booklets, as well as curriculum and the work you've done on curriculum. And I look and I'm just could not be more pleased with your leadership. And Dr. Fox as well could not be more pleased with your leadership at the district office level, with making sure that we get the correct people in the right place on the bus, so to speak, if anyone knows Good to Great, that book. I'm aware Dr. Fox even held, like, weekly meetings with the leadership team just to make sure, hey, as we're evaluating teachers, as we're doing these processes, everything is on the same page and we're all talking the same language. Those things have been missing for a long time until our current administrative team has been here and has been assembled. And as an onlooker who has longed to see that kind of leadership in our district, I just want to say again, couldn't be happier. And hopefully our teachers could not be happier and be more supported. And we have a whole board now, and I think this is one of the best boards we've had. And I just think, it's just a great positive time to be in this district. And now the hard work starts, and the teachers are going to be in the trenches, and they need our help, and they need our support, and they need our prayers. And I just want to just say best wishes for everyone. Sorry I'm windy.
We're used to it. No, thank you. I think everybody here probably echoes everything you said, and also as a father of 4 children in school, I'm ready for the school year to start. Yeah. So, all right. Anybody else? No? Okay. Is there anybody up there in the crowd that would like to provide any comments at this time? Please approach the mic. Let us know your name and your township or borough of residency.
Harry Wayne Biesecker from Wheatfield Township. First, I'd like to thank the administration for getting the middle school and elementary school landscaping cleaned up. It looks very nice. However, there's still work to be done around the campus. The trees right out here in the high school faculty parking lot along the walk, according to international standards, there's supposed to be 8 feet of clearance above the walks, 14 feet above the parking lots. Also, I would like to ask why our Director of Building and Grounds has not been at the meetings. Most of the questions I have are directed to his department, and I never see him here. Also, I do not like being told that friends of mine who still work here were threatened by him to be fired, accusing them of telling me things about what's going on in the district. I think that's highly unprofessional, and I sure wouldn't want to hear of somebody losing their position here because of something they told me and I came and brought up before the board. I was hoping that Mr. Howe would be here so he could hear it directly from me and not through the channels. However, he must have a good excuse for not attending these meetings. I would think that that would be part of his job descriptions, that he'd be here to answer questions. One other thing I noticed this evening driving around, there is a trip hazard on the walk in the student parking lot. With football season coming up and stuff, I'd hate to hear that the school district's getting sued for somebody tripping on the sidewalk. It's an uneven place that could be cured simply by concrete lifting and taken care of. But again, thank you for taking care of the middle school and elementary school. They look much better than what they did. Thank you.
Thank you, and certainly I can relay those messages. Let me be very clear on one aspect. The buck stops with me. I am the superintendent of schools. All that information I wrote down, and I appreciate that, and we'll certainly take a look at that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next up.
Kelly Noss, Penn Township. My things actually attend to the agenda, but I'm going to let you guys go through some stuff first. On 11 and 12, the student code of conduct and the extracurricular code of conduct. For the return to school paperwork, parents are asked to sign off on those prior to the board approving them. So really we're signing off on last year's rather than the changes that have been put forth to the board. Because I know with the student code of conduct, there was some additions made that was discussed last week. So is it possible to, I know it's, a thing that we get to look at over the summer. Is it possible to review that early on? That way, if there's changes, it can be signed off on the correct for the upcoming school year.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's a great point. There's really some slight changes, certainly to the student code of conduct themselves. When you look at the changes, will be in a colored font. That way anybody can quickly see those changes. The extracurricular code of conduct, rest assured there's no changes made this year, which is a good thing as we go through. And we hope as we continue, there's less and less changes, but certainly as a lot of things happen, certainly that also forces some changes. We also reference policy, so as policy changes, that number will still stay the same, but the policy itself that reflects back to it will change. But yes, definitely a good point. We appreciate that. We'll make sure as soon as it's approved, it's updated to the website as well, and referenced during all of the student meetings that they'll have at the first week or so during that course of that.
And then my second one is directed towards Dr. Jones.
Before you move on that though, I just want to kind of bring up a thought. What is it exactly that the wording is, and when the parents sign that in the do you know what it is, Christine? Because I do recall us adding information about plagiarism and AI that's not in the policy right now. And if they didn't sign off on that, are you able to actually enforce that, even though an updated one is put on the website, if they have an acknowledged receipt of that? You know what I mean? Like I'm just wondering if would it be helpful to send out an addendum or something like that just to cover. You know what I mean?
First and foremost, we change board policies on a regular basis too, and that is certainly up. When it gets posted up on the website, we certainly don't notify of all the changes except for here on the board agenda. We will go through those changes at the beginning of the school year, and adhering and clicking means that you're aware that the student code of conduct exists and that you're aware of that particular document. She's getting the exact wordage. And yeah, I'm fairly confident we can go ahead and send something else out again and ask them to hear it and click on that they approve of it.
Can I ask, apparently I can't ask, do the administrators still have grade level or building wide assemblies at the beginning of the school year, which they evaluate important things or explain important things? So I think this would be covered if the administrators just made sure to cover these are things that are additional or different in the student handbook or code of conduct, and make sure they take attendance, know who all was there, so they make sure the students have that information.
Yeah, and definitely we'll send it out. They'll link it, and they have, to the newsletters that go out to parents as well, and those weekly newsletters that go out, and it could be hyperlinked there as well.
In the new and returning student form, it does say, I verify that I have received and read the handbooks for each school, and then it does say the district student handbook and code of conduct. My recommendation would be we could send out an email to parents stating that these have changed per, as an update. If you do not agree, please contact the school building, rather than making them agree to something else.
No, and that's fine. I just think that gives you a cover, because you are asking parents to review it. And while I realize we have these grade level meetings with the students, the parents aren't there. And so for having parents sign off on something before the school year starts, to your point, and then that changes, that's kind of, I think that'd be perfect.
But, can I say it? Absolutely. I would imagine that you're signing saying you received that, not that you agreed to it. Because it's our policy, so it doesn't matter if you agree to it.
Right, but
If we make, and it probably says something in there that if we make changes in the future, you automatically acknowledge that also.
She just read exactly what it said, and it doesn't say
Right,
that.
it does say I verified that I received it. So maybe we don't need to put in there that if you don't agree with it, but they do actually, they have to agree to it that they received it.
Right.
Right.
And so
they're
what? Right.
agreeing that they right. They're agreeing that they received it, and really, we have no way, if we don't make them fill out another form, to know that they've received it.
I think once all you really need to do is maybe take all the highlighted changes out and just send that out to them. Instead of sending the whole thing out again, because then they would have to read through to find them, we could just pull all the stuff out and resend it and say, here were the changes that were made after you got your first one.
I think in this, I think maybe just sending out an email saying that it has been updated with some minor changes. Please review those changes. If you have any questions, contact the office, but somehow at least cover the fact that the parents are aware that that code of conduct has been changed. I think that would cover things. And then maybe for next year, we do look at that code of conduct earlier before the documents go out.
I will say, though, we do start the new form pretty earlier in the year. So for like kindergarten registration, it needs to be finished for that. So I don't think that we would be, it might be cutting it close. Not saying we couldn't do it prior in our June board meeting, but we may still have to send something out since we do the new student early.
So my second thing was for Dr. Jones, in terms of the tech school, has there been any discussion if the bids continue to come back over what had been agreed upon about the districts? Has there been any discussion about going back to districts and asking for more money, since this is a project that they want to do, but with prices, it happens?
I'm not going to say discussion. It was very clear from all of us. We're not spending any more money, so make it work. Yes.
That was pretty unified amongst the superintendents.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. I'll go to public comments submitted online. We have one from Jolene Garcia of Marysville. She states that she has issues with transportation, both not following district policy and now seems to be retaliating and exceeding their authority because they were confronted regarding their actions.
So I'll address that. Certainly, I think it goes back to part of my overall announcement of transportation is an evolving, really, when you were trying to figure out routes and we're trying to figure out the best approaches, what we ask is for people just to be patient with us, work with us, and we'll try to certainly do our very best of trying to meet their individual needs. Now, that's very difficult because, again, it's school transportation, certainly not public transportation and specific routes. And it will, and oftentimes does require individuals to walk to certain bus stops. It does require some flexibility, and it does require, a lot of patience, oftentimes too, because, that door-to-door, a lot of times can't happen, or we would have a lot more bus fleet and a lot more trouble finding drivers because the sheer amount would just be astronomical. So again, we just ask patience, allowing us to work through, communication with us, and patience. We certainly do our very best that we can. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, you're all going to love this. I'm going to make a motion to adjourn to a short executive session with no voting to occur afterwards.
So,
Any,
never mind.
yeah.
No.
Mark Phil down is opposed otherwise. All right, all in favor, thanks.